Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be speaking on another fentanyl actual death. A little change to the script though. Georgia man found guilty of drug distribution and resulting in death. So apparently there's two individuals. The one I'm speaking on today, he's 28 years old, and he's got a lot of conspiracies to possess with intent to distribute and to distribute controlled substances. And the way they word it on the actual charges, one count of possession with the actual intent to distribute, and then they name the actual drug, and it's all the drugs, by the way, and they add aiding and abetting and so forth. So all of these are actually confirmed, and they're actually charged with also carrying a firearm during and in relations to the drug trafficking, and pretty much they covered the coast from Georgia to West Virginia. They actually jumped around from hotel room to hotel room, and they pretty much they were up there. I mean, they had their steady customers, so uh, they would just rent hotel rooms and just ride with just go up and down the coast. And but apparently at one of these motels, an actual a customer, I guess, they let the actual individual female uh, to I guess use fentanyl in the room or something. She ended up ODing. They never called for help. They never called for any kind of EMT. And so these guys decide to actually take the body to Georgia, where they dismembered the body and disposed of it in a county landfill. There you go, guys. They disposed the body of a cat in a landfill. I mean, what can you say? You know, what I mean, why they chose to dismember it and give it that way? I don't know. Other cases, they usually just dump the body like in like like a vacant lot or something, and then just have somebody find it. And by the time they get to it, they won't know exactly what the actual cause of death. They do all the toxicology, and then they'll find out that they're actually OD'd or whatever. And and that's just the way it is. You know, I remember he used to just drop off OD victims in the ER. You know, what I mean, the driver, and then you would just take off. That used to happen a lot too. But these guys chose to dismember the body and dispose of it. But we'll see what happens at their sentencing um, for actual this sort of crime. You know. All right, guys. And oh, by the way, all these fentanyl cases, all these actual heroin cases, I'm not seeing any of them actually um, getting less than 10 years. Nothing getting less than 10 years, and I think that's the minimum. Then 10 years, and then up to 20 years, up to life. We had this one businessman. He ran a couple of actual markets in a community, and he had a plug for heroin, and somebody gave up some information on him, and uh, a steady, frequent customer uh, set him up with the FBI, and he did a couple of purchases of good amount of quantity of actual heroin, and they got him for selling at both of his markets. And of course, they found some cash at the house, and he can't get that back. So he's looking at some time too. You know what I mean? And for being a big supplier of that into the community, and the FBI is involved in all of these actual cases. So hopefully, it gets to the point where it's no longer worth the actual the sentence, because these guys are getting long terms, and they're not giving anybody breaks. You know, you're killing somebody, and especially when you kill somebody, they're tracking the actual drug dealers of all these overdose victims too. By the way, with the FBI's help, and we had this other guy who um, got his stash house, his where he prepped the drugs. They ended up raiding his house, found a firearm there, and he said that gun was not his, but actually confessed to the drugs and the actual drug, you know, the cut and all that supplies. But he said the gun was not his. Well, when the FBI is helping you out, you run some tests, and they ran DNA tests, and they had the majority of the DNA on that gun was actually that individual who was denying being the actual owner of that gun. So you got caught in a lie there. You know what I mean? When your DNA is all over the actual firearm, what can you say? You know? So he got charged with that too. Okay, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks a lot.